So often people, they want a result really quickly. They want to make a very aesthetic piece of art to make themselves useful in some way. Usually in Singapore, art can seem quite exclusive. We kind of had that mentality in Singapore. More pragmatic, where it's only if I can make use of it and earn money and do something useful with it, then I should do it. We want to encourage people to be able to express their emotions through art. Hello, my name is Talia and I am the creator of Mind in the Mountains. No matter who you are, whether you identify as artistic, whether you're an artist or not, you can be creative, you can create art. I'm here to really bring you back to the inner child that always have wanted to create. No matter how your art looks like, as long as you can create, whether you can draw a stick man, that is valuable already. So I think the seed got planted in me when I had my own mental health experiences. So I was struggling with symptoms of depression and I could not talk about it. Like I was having suicide ideation and struggling with my emotions, crying at night without anyone knowing about it. I tried certain online therapy stuff, it did not help, but something that helped me was actually creativity. I did that through writing poetry. I actually wrote poetry about how I was feeling. Instead of having to explain everything in detail, the poetry helped me to identify very deep emotions that I was feeling through metaphors, even objects. Throughout, I realized there was this thing called art therapy. Discovered certain activities and workshops that showed me that I could heal through creativity. I also grew up with a lot of people in my life that went through mental health experiences. In fact, the name Mind in the Mountains came when I was waiting for someone really close to me in the Institute of Mental Health. This was born out of a desire to reach out to the wounded-hearted people who were struggling emotionally. Started off with my own struggles and realizing, hey, I can use this gift of creativity to heal people because it was something that healed me. It grew into something also. I realized that there was this gap in Singapore where even if I want to help people heal through art, people didn't even believe they should do art for fun. So I needed to fill that gap by reminding people that you are creative as well. So usually adults are the ones that are most difficult to get them to break out of the boundary and stereotype of what creativity is. They tend to think that only if I was called an artist when I was young or only if I'm working in a creative job then I'm creative. So usually people think that at first, but what I do is I use certain principles to break them out of this boundary of creativity, bring them back to when they were kids, because as kids most of us will have some sort of creative experience. If we had materials like Lego or even crayons and things like that all around, we would just straight away go to it and form something, invent something out of it, whether it's building or drawing or creating. Yeah, so bringing back to this, we need to be reminded that when we create, it's not a competition. So often people, they want a result really quickly. They want to make a very aesthetic piece of art to make it Instagram worthy, make themselves useful in some way. Being able to embrace the process and be patient will allow us to see the value in its process and not just in the result. One of the most meaningful experiences I had was really creating an exhibition for the Singapore Night Restival. So this was held in the Cathedral of the Good Shepherd, which is a heritage site. I was provided a room and I could create almost anything in this space. In my heart, I've always wanted to do something about beauty, showing people what beauty really is. Because on Google, if we search beauty, it's usually makeup or you literally see Sephora on the first link. But I think beauty goes so much deeper than that. The fact that we find the sunset beautiful or a really beautiful act beautiful is because there's a goodness within it that draws us to it. Revealing these things about beauty that is really more than just surface level. Enjoyed the experience because seeing everyone just coming together to this one space and co-creating beauty together and seeing that, hey, beauty does not have to be super extravagant, but it's really within me and I can create beauty out of something so ordinary. I've been to many different corporate companies in Singapore and overseas. Places like Google, QB, PSA, places that not necessarily creative agencies, places that have engineers. I've been to these companies to help them express their emotions through art and to bond with each other on this emotion level. The workshops are designed to have this community experience so that they're not only creating art and it's not forming a skill, but they're actually experiencing a reflective experience to express their heart, connect with one another by talking about things within their heart through art.
Hey guys, thanks for watching to this part of the video. I felt that what Talia shared is very true. And I find that people in Singapore are just so busy chasing the money and we fail to pause. I think art provides a very good medium for people to experience the inner self. When we walk away from certain things, we tend to miss out on the possibilities and the benefits that we could all get. So here's the thing. If you haven't been experiencing what's going on in your head, pause for a moment. I'll flash you 6 art prompts as from Mine in the Mountains. Take some time to go through it and see how exactly it makes you feel. Do share with us your experience at the comment section below. Now before this video ends, Talia has one more thing to share with you.
Other dream is really for this mission of creativity with heart for everyone to be known by the world. You know, something where it's encouraging me to create art with my heart and that, hey, I am creative. Yeah, that's the hope. And that's how I'm growing my story in this little dot.